Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So in today's video, we're going to be working with the Faber-Castell glass bead glitter gel that I showed in my haul video. And someone had made mention, or someone had used it in a recent video on YouTube and they colored it. And I was thinking, why can't we color this? So I decided to grab a few ink pads. This is the Memento Lux Peanut Brittle. This was in one of our kits last year. And once I've opened up my jar, I'm just going to start by scraping what's extra on the part that was protecting it. That was, the secure top on it. I'm just scraping off the glitter gel that was on there, and I really wasn't trying to use a whole lot, but I do wind up having to add some more to this, so we can get at least a card front out of it. So I'm also using a Prima stencil. This was in, I want to say, our February kit last year, and you can see here I'm putting a little bit more on my mat because I just want to make sure I have enough to at least cover the card front that I have underneath the stencil. And normally, if you're worried about movement and all that, you can tape everything down. For the process of this video, I really was just trying to get everything on as quick as possible so that you guys could see how everything is going to be affected. Um, because I know when Miss Edith did her video with the glass bead, she didn't tint it or color it or anything, and it had that kind of iridescent quality about it. And I like the glitter or the sparkle that it has, and I was just thinking, would it still have a same impact? Would it be enhanced impact by adding color to it? We're going to find out together. So right here, all I'm doing is I'm really just taking all that I have as far as the color and the glass bead glitter gel and spreading it all across the front as far down as I could go. So that way I would have a complete background for a card. And then I'm immediately going to start cleaning it. And I didn't fully prepare. Normally, when I'm working on projects like this where you get messy, I sometimes like to have like a container next to me with the soapy water so I can get stuff right into it. And I wasn't able to. So I'm trying to work a little bit faster and still get you all the steps that I wanted to do using this particular medium. And so just bear with me because I just want to finish cleaning up. I don't want to have the peanut brittle color going into another color. And once I get this cleaned off my mat, then we're going to go ahead to our next one. And I did have, I wound up pulling two different dye inks. I don't know if this happens to you guys, but a lot of times I forget which companies or, which ink property they have. So instead of doing two of the same colors, which was more in the browns, I wound up putting the khaki away and I grabbed this one, which was from Prima, which I also got from the boutique last year. This one is the Brunch Sangria, and I tried to grab out more of the glass beads from the beginning so that way I wouldn't have to scrape any more in. And I'm just trying to mix it all up because it's just important that all the color that you put down on your mat, that you're mixing it fully and really getting it incorporated so that way you don't have any streaks and stuff like that. And then once you get it all completely colored, then you're going to go ahead and grab it and start spreading it on your stencil. And of course, right at this point, I'm thinking, oh, I probably should have done a lot more. But we're going to work with what we got. Now, if you're doing a project, obviously, I probably wouldn't have been as stingy if I was working on a project where I was trying to do something very specific because a lot of times you can't always I feel like it's harder to match colors. So if I'm doing something where I need a large amount, I'm gonna go a little bit more heavy handed. But since we're just doing like little testers, I just didn't want to wind up using the entire container because this stuff is amazing and I don't want to waste it. All right, so once again, just spreading it through. And if you've never done like embossing paste or anything like that with your stencils, this works the same exact way. It's just a little bit of a stickier consistency, because of, I guess, whatever it is that makes it so that the beads stay. It almost smells like a glue to me. Well, because of that, it goes on thick, but not as thick as like cake icing. Because I know a lot of people describe it like that. Oh, just spread on your cake icing. This is like watered down cake icing, and you're like trying to spread it. It's hard to explain. Anyway, just make sure if you have a project and you're trying to do a specialty color that you use enough of the medium so that way you're not trying to match your color again because you didn't make enough. That's the moral of the story. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wipe it down again. And I think I can get one more before I have to literally get this to the sink before it's caked on for good. So this time, all I'm going to do is just go ahead and put the glitter gel straight to the mat. And I will say on this one, I did do a little bit more than I should have. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure I have enough. Now, this time, I decided to use my Distress Oxide reinkers. And I was like, because it's a concentrated color and we could put it right in there and get that vibrancy right away. And on this one, I'm using Wilted Violet. You see that pretty purple? And just grabbing it with my tool here. Now, this was in my stash, and I'm probably most comfortable with this one because it feels like a cake spatula. So it was very easy to, get everything on and moved around. And I definitely made enough, and it was probably a little bit too much because I realized once I go to take this stencil off, some areas probably had a little bit too much of uh, our little creation here with the glass beads. Now, my main observation with this is that I love the fact that there was very minimum warping. A lot of times when you use the Bo Bunny glitter paste, I even found it with the Nuvo glitter paste, depending on the weight of the paper you use, you can get a lot of warping. And when I did this one with the glass beads, it really didn't have that much warping. Even this one where it was more glitter paste than the other two, they were pretty flat. Like I didn't have to put them in between books or anything like that. And I love how you still get that fun glitter. Here are some close-ups, once again, of the patterns that we did today. And I just want to say thank you guys for joining me again. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. At the very end, I will have links to previous technique videos. And I will have another video this Sunday coming with our latest project. So keep an eye out. Thanks.